Hi guys, hope you're all well. This week we are going to be looking at thumbnails and I'm going to explain what those are in a second. First of all, well done on the work you did last week on Elements and Principles. Some really lovely designs there and I really enjoyed looking at those. Hopefully I'll have them all marked by the time you actually see this. If you haven't done that yet, then try and get that in this week before you start on the next part. Also, thank you for those of you who turned up on Thursday morning for the quiz. We will have another one again this week at 10 o'clock, so be there and I'll have a quiz ready for you. Right, so thumbnail sketches. So we're going to start designing our brochure that we started in school for your house project. You might not have the images. Some of you might have taken screenshots of your images and you might be able to use those, but that doesn't really matter for this week because this is the planning stage. Thumbnail sketches are quick sketches just showing layouts that you might decide to use for your project. So we're going to come up with 4 different layouts. I'm going to show you how to do that, and that will then just help you decide which layout you're going to use, and then we'll move on to creating our brochure. But the first thing we need to do is we're going to do a bifold brochure, which is just one fold. We need to look at the layout of that because that's really important. So I've just taken a piece of paper. It could be a bit of paper, it could be an envelope, it doesn't matter what size it is. Just get something and fold it in half like that. Okay, what I'm seeing on your screen is back to front, but I think you can see that that does say the word front there. Okay, so right on front and back, and then inside, open it up, and you've got inside left and inside right. Now the reason I've done this is so that when you're designing your brochure, you know which bit goes where. Now it's straightforward on the inside because you can see the left and you can see the right. But when I turn that over, if you have a look, okay, the back and the front are the opposite of what you would think when you're drawing that piece of paper. You would probably have thought front here, back here, but it's not the way it works. The front goes over on this side and the back goes on this side, and that's really important when you're doing your sketching so you don't make things, so when you fold it up, the front is in the right place. Okay, when you do it yourself, hopefully that will make sense to you. Okay, so let's have a wee look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create some thumbnails for you and just talk you through what I'm doing. We're going to use some symbols just to show where an image would go. We're going to use the words like heading, subheading, so stuff that you've been learning about Elements and Principles and DTP. That'll come into this as well. If you have an A3 sheet of paper, that's what I'm going to be working on. That's super. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold that to give us 4 sections because we're going to come up with 4 different designs. So right now, you can't see that. I'm folding that into quarters. And then what I'll have when I've done this, if I can open it, okay, you can see there, I've got 4 sections for 4 drawings. If you don't have A3 paper, which I'm sure most of you won't, 2 sheets of A3, and what to do there is fold that in half, fold them both in half, and you've still got the same 4 sections for putting your drawings on. Okay, so 2 A4s or one A3 quarters. Okay, so you can get yourself set up with that and then watch the next bit of this video. Okay. Okay guys, so by now you should have 4 different sections that you're going to draw on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sketch out the four pages, the back, front, and the inside and the outside. So all I'm going to do in each section is draw this. Okay, 2 rectangular boxes there, there, there. I could probably make these a bit bigger to be honest with you, but that's okay. There and there, and that's going to be our 4 different designs, okay, or our 4 sets of thumbnails. Okay, quick sketches, just giving an idea for layout. Okay, okay, let's go to the first one. So we need to roughly work out where the middle is, and we're going to put some dashed lines in to show where the brochure folds. So we could do that on all of them. Now you can either do this along with me and pause the video, or you can watch the whole thing and then just go away and do it yourself and check in now and again for accuracy. How you do this is completely up to you. Maybe a good way to take a break from a computer, just watch this and then go away and do it. Right, so I've now got my pages. Let's work it out. Where's that piece of paper I had earlier? Remember this one that we had? Okay, so I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put it beside me so I know what's what. So I know front is here, back is here, and I know that if I turn it over here, I'm going to have inside left, and this will be inside right. And you can go ahead if you want and you can write that on all of them. Right, let's have a think about what I'm going to do. I've got my list. I should have my list. 2 seconds, I'll get my list. You've got it on your... I'm back. You've got your list. There's my list there, okay, of contents. You may want to take a note of that. That's the list of contents that I've given you on your learning intentions. Okay, what images I need and what kind of text I need. So I think for the first one, I'm going to have an image. You could even write your list here. Images. This is going to be upside down for you guys. It is. I don't know how to flip that actually. So I'm going to put, I need a 3D image of the house. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a heading here. I'm going to put a big, for an image, all you do is that. And I might just call that number 1 and call this number 1. This is my 3D house. And then underneath, I'm going to put some text. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm going to put some center aligned text here. So that's going to be center aligned. And you just write center aligned. That was some information about the house. And I'm going to put in my logo in the corner that I did in class. Okay, and that's going to be page 1. On the back, I think I'm going to put my location plan. And I'm going to do that as a great big map. And that's going to be my location plan. Remember we did that a few months ago? And it's going to be in the form of a map. And here I'm also going to, I think on the back, I'm going to have some text. I'm going to make it, this time I'm going to justify it. Both sides. Here, there you go. So that'll be justified text. Which means it's even down both sides. And here, I'm going to put my, I might even put www. That's going to be my web address on the bottom there. Now I can see that because it's got the W's. Okay, you could point it out if you want. That would be the website. Right, so that's that. And what's going to go inside then? I want some lovely shots of the rooms. Okay, so again, I might have a header here. And in whatever room that is, I might have a nice long shot of maybe my kitchen or something like that. Okay, that would be 2. That would be kitchen image. What else would I want to show off in here? I think I would want to put some text about what's included in the kitchen. And this time I'm going to put it in 2 columns perhaps. A wee list of kitchen contents. Kitchen contents, maybe what you get, whether you pick your own tiles, you pick your own kitchen, something like that, you pick your worktops. So that information would be there. This side, I think I'll have maybe another couple of shots of a couple of rooms, and I might do this. Something like that. And these are images, smaller images. So that would be 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, 5. Might be some room images like that, and with each one I'll give you a piece of text about each. Okay, that may be enough, it may not. Okay, that might be a first attempt at a layout. So that's my first thumbnail. Right, let's move on to the next one. Let's have a think about what I've got there. Maybe this time I want a heading. I might want some text this time. So I think I'm going to have another piece of justified text. I should have aligned the heading with that. So a heading, justified text, and then an image on the bottom. Like so. And again, same as before, I would point out all the information at the top. I didn't put things like the price. What I think I might do again is I might do another map on the back, but this time a smaller location plan at the bottom. Okay, that's my location. So that would be another map possibly. And then up here, I want to give more information about the house. So again, I think I'm going to go for 2 columns because we know that that works really well. That's some information. I haven't got my logo in anywhere, so I think somewhere in here, I might even make it overlap. That would be my logo, because that's really important. And maybe my web address on the front of the page this time. And then in the inside, I think I might just have 2 images. I might just have one big image there with some text about the house. I think this time I'm going to go for a center alignment. And then I'm going to do the opposite here. Big image here. And then the same again, so it's like that. And I might even pop a wee version of my logo in here, just to fill that space. But remember, we want white space as well. We don't want to overfill, but just for that wee bit of balance there. Okay, so we're not thinking about colour or anything like that at the moment. That would be the next stage. Today it's just getting some ideas on paper. Let's go for another one. Okay, I still like the idea of having a big image of the house on the front. Now, here I've put it at the top, here I've put it at the bottom. So how about putting the image in the middle? What would that look like? It's either going to be a front elevation or it's going to be a 3D image. That would be what I would put on the front there. And then maybe my big heading here. My logo right underneath it. Don't know why I do my logo in a circle. That doesn't have to be a circle. My logo would go there, and then I think, don't think I'd want 2 columns of information. I think my information would be nice and neat there like that. And then the back. Do I still need a location plan? Yes, I do. I'm going to put that in the bottom corner here. My location plan with some information beside it, which gives me some more space to add other information or images here. It might even just be a great big logo for my company there and nothing else. Might keep it as simple as that. Where does my web address go? Maybe this time it goes along the top. And then on the inside again, I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to try a great big spread across the middle. Don't know if that'll work or not, I'm not sure, but just to see, with some information down the sides. Do I like the look of that? I'm not sure I do. And maybe a heading or something across here, going right across the double page, because you could do that, something a bit different. And would I have information underneath, or would that just be white space? Or would I have a couple of small images or something? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that one. But it's another idea. Okay, and then the last page, something else. I've not tried 2 images on the front, so maybe I'll have 2 images. One, maybe a smaller one. I'll have to work out what those are going to be. And then my logo here. And then information on the back. With another small image. And then a little bit more information here. Quite like the look of that. And then on the inside, small image, some information, small image. That's quite a nice balance there. Over here, could I do the same thing again? Would I do it that way or that way? Well, that's interesting. I think I'll do it the same. But I could have done that the opposite. Information, image, and then I might just put some information there rather than another image, just so it's not too samey. And there you go. I have now just come up with, really quickly, as you can see, I'm just going to bring that down so my camera can show you, Haven't annotated it yet, and that's what I'll go back and do now. I've just laid it all out, and I can maybe then just go and start to annotate like I've done on the top one here. Okay, giving you all the information you need about what kind of image is going to go where the logo is, the kind of alignment you're using. You're using columns here. You can point out the gutter, so I could have gutter space here. I've got columns here. Okay, we're using alignment here. So I've been thinking about all those things that you've been learning about and start to produce those in 4 sets of thumbnails. And let's see what kind of design you can come up with. Once we've got those 4 sets of thumbnails, then we can start to look at a colour palette, and then we can start to put things together and create the next design stage from that. But that's what I'd like from you for this week. Okay. Any problems, as always, give me a shout and I'll help you out. Thanks guys, bye.